Good morning, mathematicians. Today we'll be working on lesson 1.4. Make sure you fill out today's date. And today as a mathematician, I am working on classifying quadrilaterals. Let's get started with our mental math. Go ahead and do the must-do section, remembering to only write down the answers, not the problems, and then move on to the may-dos when you get finished. Alright, I'll say the problem, you say the answer. 5 plus 4 equals 7 plus 6 equals 8 plus 9 equals 20 plus 30 equals 40 plus 60 equals 300 plus 400 equals 800 plus 200 equals, and 300 plus 900 equals. Go ahead and erase your board, and set your board marker and eraser off to the side. Everybody should have this sheet that at the top says Math Message Properties of Polygons. We're going to work on this silently on our own right now. The directions say, all of these have something in common. None of these has it. Which of these has it? Circle them. What property do the circled polygons have in common? Use your straight edge to draw a polygon that has this property. Remember, a straight edge can be anything with a side that will help you draw a straight line. Go ahead and work on this on your own right now. Which of the shapes did you circle in problem 1? Yes, you should have circled the square, the two trapezoids, and the other quadrangle. I know that many of you noticed that all of the polygons have 4 sides. All of them are quadrangles or quadrilaterals. Down at the bottom then, you could have drawn any shape that had 4 sides and 4 angles. Geometric shapes can be classified by their properties. For example, any polygon with 4 sides is a quadrangle. Just as we've seen here, some quadrangles are called squares, some are called trapezoids, some are called rectangles, rhombuses, kites, and so on. So as we saw on the first page, the number of sides is an obvious property of a shape. But there are many other properties that are not as obvious. Let's take a look at these 2 lines right here. Think in your head now of what is a name for 2 lines like this that will go on and never touch or never cross. Turn and tell your partner quietly now. Yes, lines that will never touch or never cross are called parallel lines. Like I said, parallel lines do not cross or intersect like these do. They would always keep going without ever touching. Now up on the board is a pair of parallel line segments. 2 line segments in the same plane, just like this, are parallel if they do not intersect, and they will never intersect no matter how far they are extended. Parallel line segments are parts of lines that are parallel. Show me with your arms what parallel line segments would look like. The same thing goes for parallel rays. 2 rays are parallel if they do not intersect, and they will never intersect no matter how far they're extended. One property that we often look at when identifying quadrangles is the number of parallel sides that the shape has. Quadrangles can be classified into 2 types: those that are parallelograms or have parallel sides, and those that are not parallelograms or do not have parallel sides. Turn and tell your partner the name of the 3 quadrangles that are parallelograms. Yes, rectangles, rhombuses, and squares. Rectangles are parallelograms that have 4 right angles, and the sides don't have to be the same length, but the pairs of opposite sides are the same length. Rhombuses are also parallelograms that have 4 sides that are the same length, so all 4 sides must be the same length, but the angles of a rhombus are usually not right angles, but they can be. And a square is also a parallelogram that has 4 right angles, and its 4 sides are all the same length. Remember this, all squares are rectangles because they all have the properties that it says rectangles need to have, and squares are also rhombuses because they have the same properties that rhombuses need to have. So we'll take a look up here. The parallelograms are rectangles and rhombuses, and then squares are both rectangles and rhombuses. Now let's take a look at the types of quadrangles that are not parallelograms. Whisper to your partner the 2 names of quadrangles that are not parallelograms. Yes, that would be the trapezoid and the kite, and then any other ones that don't fit the descriptions. So a trapezoid has exactly 1 pair of parallel sides, and the 4 sides of a trapezoid can have different lengths. They don't have to be the same length, but you can see here the pair of parallel sides. The kite is a quadrangle with 2 pairs of equal sides, and the equal sides are next to each other, so these are equal and these are equal. The 4 sides cannot all have the same length, otherwise it would be a rhombus. And then other are any other polygons with 4 sides that are not a parallelogram, a trapezoid, or a kite. And we can see that up here, the types that are not parallelograms. For today's work, you'll be working on Math Journal page 10. Parallelograms, you'll be looking at some parallel lines and then drawing using a straight edge or a template a couple of different parallelograms. Math Journal page 11. Math boxes 1.4, and only when you have all 3 of these things checked off and you have shown a teacher, you may move on to play Subtraction Top It extended version with a partner that's done at the same time. Make sure to read Student Reference Book page 263 and grab a Math Masters page 506 to write your work on. Work hard and make it a great day.